My character is the Turk.
So you're gonna play the Turk?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that because you look like one or what?
Do you know what it is? So it's like, we've been friends for like years.
Yeah.
So I got given that nickname because apparently I look a little bit Turkish.
Are you being serious?
No, yeah.
You look a lot.
Apparently
You look a lot
Apparently, I
Turkish.
look, yeah, a lot. So yeah, and then that nickname stuck ever since.
No, cool. And who have we got in the back there?
I'm Brad and I'm playing Cal with a K. With a K.
Oh, is that important?
Yeah. Of course
Why is
it
that?
I don't like the C.
Oh.
So I like the K. So Cal with a K, only the K.
No, that's cool. I respect that. That's cool.
what
Who have we
we
got
like.
next?
My name's Darren and I'm playing Big Nate.
Big Nate.
Big Nate because
Oh.
I just think I'm a bad man but I'm really a little pussy.
Oh.
We know that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get into that in a bit then. Who else? Who have we got next?
Well, you got Sean. I'm just going to really play.
Sean.
Yeah, pretty Sean.
Yeah. No,
Basically,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
about it, really. Don't really much more to it.
it's a great way of looking at it, though, isn't it?
Of course.
Because I mean, the whole thing I've been led to believe is more like an improv type series that we're going to be running with. Is that right?
Yeah, well, basically to get the most naturalist acting.
Oh, hey, without a doubt.
So
all
we're
that.
just going to play with just throwing different things at each other and just see how we react to it.
Yeah,
really,
cool. I like it. I
Trying
like
to
it.
keep it real, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trying
Yeah,
to keep
of course.
everything
And over
real.
in the corner here, who have we got here?
Got Aston, aka Mr. Cheap.
Easy deals.
Mr. Cheap. Oh, Cheap Deals. Right.
Basically, my character comes around selling stuff that you'd never see in a shop or shouldn't definitely not be sold singularly.
It's like that.
Yeah, it's a bit of one of them, whatever I can get my hands on sort of thing.
Right.
I try to shift to these boys over here.
Ah,
It don't always
okay.
go well, but
Never.
always try it. It's your, well, obviously for
Everyone
me,
will be different with this.
obviously,
Everyone will be different.
for me it's my uncle, so yeah, it's obviously.
Right, so it's a lot easier for you.
Oh yeah, but like this is what I mean. It's all funny for me because to these like he's obviously a bit of a figure or something. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, to me it's just my uncle. It's Uncle Nobben. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like so, but definitely like as I've got older, he has tried to guide me a lot more.
Oh,
Like
nice.
even when I was younger, he always used to take me places. Always, you know, like meeting people and stuff. Do you know, like he's always took me wherever he could.
Where have you been?
Fucking
You
hell.
told us about Rizzle kicks, didn't you?
Yeah, there's
You
fucking
mentioned something about that.
Dappy.
yeah. There's Rizzle Kicks, Dappy. I can't be off sitting name drop, yeah, but I've met, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
He's a modest man.
Like,
Yeah.
and people that know me know who I've met and shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
be
Cool,
asked
cool.
to sit and name drop, like name drop shit. But like, he's always like been a positive person in my life. Do you know what I mean? He's always said like, you need a job. That's what. Listen, stop fucking around now. You need to get a job.
Yeah.
Cool.
And like, obviously when I was younger, I didn't really listen to him. I just thought I was just rambling on shit. But as I've got older, definitely started to listen to him a lot more. 100%. Obviously, well, look where he's got me now. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So
obviously so that's the family member.
yeah.
But
yeah,
how did
family
each
for
of
me.
you now get to meet Kev?
Mine was a weird one because Kev talks about these opening positive doors, and like I said, I've been in this business for 10 years, and the first biggest role I got was this extra role, featured extra in a film called Screwed 10 years ago, and the guy who I met on that, we became really good friends. He got me on this. He messaged me because he was on board with this, and he says, I've got something that you be right up your street, come along. And I ended up he messaged Kev, and obviously Kev got in touch with me and says, yeah, come along to the next meeting, and then yeah, that was it. So yeah, I got through a connection from 10 years ago, got me a part in this, and
Incredible,
like I
isn't it?
said, I got there and Kev was talking about you opening positive doors.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So for me, that was my positive door.
How about you?
So mine was scrolling through Facebook as I would any other day, and I've seen that something's going down at Bankhouse. I live in Swap myself, so I thought I've had like a weird little lifelong dream. I've always wanted to be in one of the Star Wars films. I've loved it since I was a kid. And all I was thinking, I seen acting workshop, I thought, I'm going to try and get my foot in the door. I'm an anxious geezer anyway, so that's build up a bit of confidence to go in the first place. But literally, as soon as we was there, met Kev, energies once again, everything's all positive.
Yeah.
Everybody got on. It's been perfect since then for me, and that's how it was.
See, you would never know that you were anxious.
I said that. To
You would never know that.
So many people say that to me.
I've only met you for the first time. I mean, Christ, and it's like,
Your mum said the same as well, you know. Funnily enough.
What about Turk? What was your? How did you manage it?
I first obviously heard about him because he's a terrorist.
Yeah,
and I've always wanted to message him or something, but because he's got quite a lot of following on Instagram, I thought, oh, like he's not gonna see it, so I left it, and then obviously, when was Bancast? Was it
September?
It was September, wasn't it?
It was last year.
So my friend, my hair barber actually, he said, look, jump on something called Bancast. Kevin Paul's like doing something like with that. So then I obviously not applied, but like messaged Bancast and said, yeah, come down. And then like as we walked in, I was shit scared. I was like, fucking hell, Kevin Paul, I'm gonna meet him. It's fucking mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Did you all have that
person that you read and see tattoos of, you're looking at him like it's just fucking mad. I couldn't get my head around it. I tell you the truth.
I can remember Jake asking for a photo with him.
Yeah, standing straight away, bro.
Yeah,
Like, yo, Kev, come on.
I was there and I was like,
Quick
I
snap.
was just about to do it and I was like, I just bailed at the last minute and I didn't ask for a photo with him. And
That's what it's like, 'cause you don't want to piss him off.
And before I knew Kev like that, I wouldn't have realised how easy he is to
Yeah.
approach and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
of this.
He
And
is very easy to
I
talk to,
shit
yeah.
myself and I was like, nah, I'll just walk straight out from there.
Literally, I've done acting at college,
Yeah.
and then because of my background, like my mum was like, "No, get a job." So I got a job. I always wanted to do it,
Yeah,
and then I'd always kept a lookout for auditions and shit, but there's nothing around here.
yeah.
And my mate, actually, it was my mate, like, thank you, Jono. He texted me saying, "Look at this," and it was a snippet out of Derbyshire Live, and it was like Kevin Paul and Michael. Does anybody remember his next one?
Soccer.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were doing something in a workshop and there was a phone number. I was like, fucking hell, it's actually a phone number, like rather than an email, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get a response to. So I was like, fuck it, fuck it, I'm ringing it. Rang it, same as like all these lads did. And
Yeah.
got there and started doing it, yeah. I think didn't this start as just a little exercise? Because we were doing something else, weren't we?
It did
And
start.
he got
as some-
4 chairs in the
seats,
middle
innit?
and said just act toward, and it literally came from an acting
And I
exercise.
can remember it was you three were a part of it then, at the very start. I remember that.
I've done that probably 10 to 15 times in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's very nerve-wracking. When I first went there, I was nervous, but a lot of time then I was dealt with anxiety. I was kind of out the anxiety, so I wasn't as nervous. But
Oh,
it's
wow.
so
Yeah.
nerve-wracking. I've been in front of Angelina Jolie and a big audience like X Factor judging me. And
You don't mind name dropping Sean, look.
Yeah. He just doesn't
Sorry.
I'll get it out there, boy. No worries.
It was kind of a bit of a long-winded thing. So, like 2013, I wrote an autobiography, and a lot of people at that point, I think, was kind of judging me more as like mixing with the glamorous and the rich and the famous and doing all these kind of flash things. But people didn't quite realise, like, I come from a council estate. I had no education. I had a really, really bad start. I was involved with drugs and crime and all that kind of stuff. And as my career was getting big, no one ever, that kind of side of it was never really shown. So when I did the autobiography, that was the first time that that kind of side of me was shown. And it made a big response. Like, all the media was asking more stories about my youth and not about the glamorous stuff. So I was talking to a friend of mine who's on TV, and I said that I could write a book just about being a teenager, following the crime and all the kind of bad stuff that I've been involved with. So I started to write it. One thing led to another and another, and I ended up writing something about being a teenager in the 90s. I showed it to an actor friend of mine called Paddy Considine. He really liked it, and he says, keep writing it. So I kept writing it, kept showing him it, and he really loved what I was doing. I showed it to a lot of other people in the film industry, that, and again, everyone seemed to like what I was doing, and I'd never ever till that point ever thought about writing TV shows or films or anything like that. And then Paddy was the first person to say, like, this would make a great sitcom. So he kind of showed me how you write a sitcom, how you put it all together. So I went away and kind of rewrote it as a sitcom based about me in the 90s on a council estate. One thing led to another. It nearly got made on TV a couple of times and then just kind of fizzled out and nothing kind of happened with it. It got shelved till last year, and then I got it out again and I started to re-tweak it and play with it. So I thought, instead of using like real actors in this, I want to use real grit from the street, that have lived this life, that really understand it, that can really carry these characters off. So I put an audition thing out in the local papers and social media and everything, saying that if any kids have been involved with drugs, crime, any kind of shit that they've been through, like to let me know, and we will be having meetings with them. I was then offered a charity in Swadlincote called Bank House. I'd helped them like years ago, like to raise some money, like when they was on the verge of closing. They said we can have our building like to do it all in. So we ended up getting like 30, 40 people at a time wanting to be in these classes. And when I was talking to them, there was a girl in there that lived at the YMCA, didn't really have anything to do with the family. There was a girl there that had been raped by 2 separate people at separate times. I think there's about 5 or 6 girls there that had been raped, that told me they'd been abused. People had been abused as a child. Endless amount of drug dealers like that turned up for it. Like proper gangster lads, people who carry knives, people who've been stabbed with knives. It was endless. Like everyone had a bad story. And when they walked into that room, they kind of, I think they related to me more than what they thought they would relate to me. We started off by telling them about my life, what I'd been through and all that kind of stuff. And I think it created like this big family base of us all. But then when the idea of what I got them for was to film a show about me in the 90s as a kid and my life growing through and how I kind of did. But then there was a few characters like Jake. He's just this lanky chav that looks like an immigrant, and he's got this stutter and he's quite amusing and he's really chavvy, and I just couldn't get him out of my head. I loved him. I loved the way he was. He was just such an adorable character. And then there was another lad called Darren, and he just had this like really gritty kind of council gangster kind of look to him, and they was the main two for me really that really stood out. So in the last meeting we did before Christmas, I got 4 lads on these chairs, and I said, imagine this is a sofa in a council flat, you're all selling drugs, and I want you to just film what comes natural. And I said, have an argument about ordering a takeaway, and they just naturally kind of fired back towards each other, and they were brilliant, and like all of them was good, but the last 2 just didn't fit what was in here, like in my head. So I kept Jake and I kept Darren, and then we changed the last 2. So one of whom we changed was Sean, who's actually my cousin, and I know his personal shit that he's been through and how hard his life has been. I changed it to him because he had a really good vibe with Jake. I wasn't 100% on Sean at first, but he had a really good vibe with Jake. Jake had a really good vibe with Darren. So it was like those 3 kind of fit really naturally. And then there was a lad called Aston and a lad called Brad, who both were kind of begging to be in it. Like for the first time I ever did it, they were begging and begging and begging, saying I really want to be in it. So I tried both of them. I thought I'll pick one of them, but they both fit really well that I just couldn't decide. So we kind of made it as like 4 lads, and then one of them was going to be like a shoplifter who was a close friend who was always in it and stuff. So that was when we got that vibe. So once we got that link and we kind of did that, it just worked. It worked perfectly for me.
Improvisation. It just seems that these guys will excel with the improvisation rather than the scripted. Why do you reckon that is?
I think at the end of the day, these lads, they're a bunch of like not very intelligent lads that have not really had a good start. Most of them, their reading and writing's not very good. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I relate to all of that. All of that kind of stuff. I don't think the character roles would work for them. I think it would cause too much stress, too much anxiety, and the whole thing about what I write and what I do, it's about writing about what you know about. I know about poverty, I know about poor life, I know about council life, I know about drugs, I know about all that kind of shit, so anxieties and all that kind of stuff. I've been through that, and that's what I wanted everyone to be natural. So he's like, these lads are acting, but it's very natural with what they do, and it's very slightly manipulated by me in the distance with how they're going to go with things. But I think definitely naturally, this is a way for them to express all their demons, all the shit they've been through, and express it through this character. and get it all out there and really get it out of their mind. And now they've got each other to talk to as well. So 100% behind. I think non-scripted. Like, it's just they have guidelines to follow. But other than that, I think it's better natural.
What was really interesting when I was doing the interview with them is the fact that they genuinely have got a connection, haven't they, now?
It's like they love each other. Like they trust each other, they love each other, they talk to each other about their problems, their issues. And that's all part of my plan. It's like I want to create... I honestly do believe that I could do a better job than what the government can on dealing with crime, on dealing with knife crime, on dealing with youth, and all the kids that are kind of classed as misfits and don't fit in and go off the wrong roads. Like, I honestly truly believe, like, I could take that down. I know how to do it. It's like, this thing that I've done is a community base in Swadlincote, where I'm from, where I grew up, and it's worked, and it's growing every day. There's another person that wants to be a part of it. And it's like, I could easily take this to Birmingham, to Leicester, to Leeds, to Bradford, to all these other places. And I guarantee you now, there'll be kids there that want to do something like this, but there's nothing for them. All I'm doing is filling that gap. And it got me thinking, because I work a lot in prisons, like with real nasty gang people and murderers and all that kind of stuff. And I always go in there and I always say to them, how would you deal with knife crime on the streets? How would you deal with gangs and kids? And near enough every single person in there says we need to give something to the kids. We need to have community centres for the kids. We need to give them more options. Because it's like, I was that scrutty kid at school. I was the one with no education. I was the one that was involved with drugs. And I was literally told by the school I would never amount to anything. I'm never going to be anything. Do you know what I mean? It's like your family, the people around you tell you you're not going to be anything. Any dealings with the police, they look down on you. They treat you like you're a scumbag. Everything in life treats you like you're a scumbag. So your mindset and your belief is, fuck it then. If people treat me like that, I'll behave that way. And when I come along, like, they don't. Like I say, Sean's been stabbed and he was involved with selling drugs. Jake was involved with selling drugs. I mean, like, they've all dabbled with drugs. They've all done things with drugs. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and they've all quite happily drop it in a heartbeat to do this, to have a better option.
I'm from Burton on Trent. My background, it's like, so I had an abusive father.
Right.
He'd hit me from early. So, but then that would then lead me into more, I would say, dangerous, more things. So a lot of fighting in school, a lot of fighting through college, a lot of fighting throughout my whole life.
Right.
So that's what I thought was like normal then.
Normal, yeah.
Normal. Because that's all I ever knew.
Well, learned behaviour, isn't it?
Of course.
Get it at home, you better, that's it, that's the norm. I'm going to run out, I'm going to do that.
Exactly.
I'm going to punch your head in.
And then obviously I then turned to drugs. I was pretty heavy on cocaine, really heavy on that actually, for about 8 years. I've been now a year sober.
Hey, congratulations.
So,
hey, good on you, man.
Yeah. Long.
And that's cool, that's cool.
Me.
What about that? Carl with a K.
With a K. You've
With
got it already.
I've got it down. I'm down with you. Come on,
That's
guys.
it.
What about you, man? What's your background?
I was born in Tamworth and lived my first 6 years of my life up there. My dad's military, so very strong, hard.
Can I just stop you there? Okay, if you got a military dad, how the fuck are you doing what you're doing? How is it you've been allowed to slip?
Because, like what we're saying, everybody's from the same. Everybody is the same around here. Everybody is almost stuck in the same rut.
Right,
We're trying to break away from that rut. We want to be different than everybody else around here.
Yeah.
So we've all same type of background. I've just sat smoking weed with my mates, watching the same shit tellies, speaking about the same shit, absolute conversation for the last 10 years of our life. And now we finally feel like it's our time to make a bit of a change and shine a nice, outlook on stuff as well.
Show other people
you'll see
it can be done as well.
Yeah, of course.
You'll see it in the series. It's
special.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's, you know what I mean? The fact that you're actually taking it upon yourselves.
Well, there's nothing out there for the youth nowadays, is there? And especially not in the middle of the UK. There's fuck all. There's nothing we can do. And then everyone wonders why people turn to crime and drugs so early.
It's easy.
That is the easiest option.
There you go. It is easy, isn't it?
It's just all you know, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. Come on, my man. 10 years, been doing a bit of this and a bit of that.
Me, I grew up just me and my dad. I didn't really meet my mum till I was like 18. My dad was the white side of my family. So
Oh, right.
I was just like the quiet guy, but I just wanted to observe and see what people was all about, and then I wanted to be that type of guy, but I was never prepared to do the type of stuff that these guys were doing, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like fear stopped me, fear held me back, but I did see a lot, and seeing a lot made me realise I don't want to do that. I want to make something in my life. You know what I mean?
No, cool. So are you saying you've never done anything that these guys have?
I've smoked weed, but I've never really gone on the hard drugs because
Right.
fear always stopped me, you know. And like,
Okay,
I've
well-
seen a lot. I've seen most of my mates was always on all that, taking all that shit.
Yeah,
And,
no, cool.
I was like, you know, I don't want to be doing. I don't want to lead that life, you know. I just want to be a representation of what these guys see on TV that they aspire to be.
What we
To
could
show
be.
these guys that you can be that. Anyone can be that. Just believe like you get hammered all your life. Like you
Yeah,
can't do this. You can't do this. And the main goal is you've got to look inside yourself and say, you know, I can do this, man. Them people that are saying you can't do this, that's them speaking. They're telling themselves
Their
that I
past
can't.
life, literally.
Red rag to a ball, innit?
You become that. You become so like.
Cynical.
We come from this background, but already we've got this positive energy.
Sean Dog, come on, son.
What do you want to know?
What? No.
Come on.
What do you
Offload,
want to know?
come on.
What do you want to know?
What do I want to know? What's your background? Where'd you come from?
Council estate, dad's a smackhead, mum's on the dole. That's pretty much it. That's all there is to it.
What about your upbringing? What was it like?
Shit.
Really?
Yeah. Going around selling smack with my dad when I was a kid. Seeing people get beat up, cut up. Like, it's typical shit. Like, living in a man's life as a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Now, how did that make you feel? Because, I mean, you know, from a young age, what age are we talking?
5, 6, 7, upwards.
Oh, my... Is that the same for everyone? You're like...
No.
Not. We've
Out of all of
never
us,
heard
I'd say
anything.
straight, out of all of us, Sean's had it
Sean's
the worst. Out
He's
of us
been
all.
about it.
It's not that I've had it the worst, it's just like I was put into a life that
It was normal to
Kids
you.
like-
It
kids should have been
was normal.
you know what I mean? So for an example, if my dad's gonna go and drop 3 bags of smack off, yeah, I'm passing them out the fucking passenger side. Do you get what I'm saying? That type of shit there. Not like do you not like going to the park to play fucking football with your dad or anything like that?
Yeah.
I was going to the park with my dad, yeah, to sit on the park whilst he was in the moat with his mate smoking gear. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't going there to play football. Like, you know what I mean? I got a Happy Meal and told to stay on the park. That sort of shit.
All it took is me to just be there. Do you know what I mean? To me to be there for them. Before, if you'd have spoke to them 8 months ago before they met me, you'd meet a totally different load of people. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't seen what you're seeing now. Do you know what I mean? Because I kind of subtly tell them the stuff I teach when I life coach about positive energies, about doorways, and it has stuck in every single one of them. And they're starting to realise there is options. Like before me, those doors were closed. Like through me, those doors are starting to open. Do you know what I mean? It's like I get messages daily off them, and we're filming again, and we're filming again. Like we're doing stuff again. It's like it's like a lifeline to them that they never had, and that's what it's about. It's about creating a positivity. It's about having that positive role model. I don't think any of them have really had a role model like that. I think they do kind of see me as a bit of a father figure, to be quite honest. Like everything they've done, I've done it 10 times worse. Do you know what I mean? I got kidnapped when I was 17 by drug dealers. Off the back of that, I got out of drugs, but then I didn't leave the house for a year. Do you know what I mean? I had really bad anxiety. I felt suicidal. I've been through all that. I know what it is. Do you know what I mean? And smoking cannabis is the worst thing. And I tell them every day that smoking cannabis is a bad thing. Like it fucks your mindset, and you'll never be great while you're doing it. It's just like it's not as easy to just stop it. Like I honestly do believe they'll all stop drugs over this. And as this goes on, they'll grow out of it. Because things like I've over the last 10, 11 years, I've developed, like gone from being just a tattooist to working with like famous people, to then going on TV and doing TV things, to then like working with millionaires, then billionaires, and being flown around in private jets and back of Rolls Royces, like going for dinners and stuff like that. And it's just like I've adapted and evolved to the better person that I could possibly be. And this is what I want to do with these lads. Like no one was there showing me. Like there was no such thing really as reality people. Like when I was doing what I was doing, I just had to learn by making mistakes. Where with these lads, I could make these careers like straight away. Like I could like create the TV shows, I could do the media film, I could manage them, I can get them other deals, I can get them other things, do you know what I mean? And as long as I'm doing that, I can also teach them how to do it, how to say things, do all the media training. I could do the whole package with them. And I believe that any lad or girl in the UK could be successful, could be great. I mean, there was a girl in one of the meetings, like I said, who lived at the YMCA. To me, she just seemed like a star. Like, she could sing, her acting was amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like, she had everything going for her, but she lives at the YMCA and she's just like wasting her life away with dickhead boyfriends. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if she wasn't found, I don't think nothing would ever happen with her. But it's like, I want to use her, I want to put her in this, and I want to do stuff with her. It's like, all I'm doing is opening doorways for them, positive doorways. It's up to them to then take that lead and do the right with it.
Yeah, nearly every other day.
Yeah,
of
really.
course, you know what I mean? But, like, you just got to keep trying. If I was just to give up by now, I probably would have been in some bad places, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Luckily, I've never been in prison. I ain't been in the system. I don't want to be in the system.
No, good. That's
Like,
positive, yeah.
Like, one of my close friends in and out of the system, like, it's not good, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen him lose years of his life that he won't get back.
Mm.
So it's just a pointless circle, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I want to be able to show people that, listen, I've been deep in it, as deep as you can go.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fucking worth it. Just stop
I
it.
think it's knowing you just want to be more than everyone else, and when you've got that feeling, like for me, same as these lads, like you grow up around here, you don't think anything that you can do anything. Like,
No.
you don't
It's
think
all
it's
that's drilled
possible.
into
It's not
your
like
head, even
Hollywood,
your
is it?
It's
teachers.
nothing.
It's not
Right,
snooker.
right.
It's not even like a fucking city.
It's the
around.
fucking
It's just
Midlands.
nothing. So, like Sean said, you try to fucking act the life you've been shown.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just...
I
like,
think it just something just clicks in your head, doesn't it?
you're a
It's like, I don't
product
want
of the
this.
environment you're raised in.
Yeah.
That's the
It
bottom
is.
line.
Love
That's
that.
what it is. You know what I mean? But it's like the same. Like Asta said, I want to be able to tell people, yeah, what's going to happen before they have to go through it.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So say a kid of 13, 14, like his mum and dad are on smack. You don't have to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can like fucking get your head stuck in your school and go to like college or whatever. Say not even that. You don't want to go to college. Get a little fucking Sunday job. Starts off as a Sunday job or something. Work your way up. Just don't fall into the circle of fucking not thinking you can do it.
Mine's come from, sorry to like jump in and interrupt, but mine's come from just having enough. Honest to God, it's just like Dave said, we got to a certain point in my life, and I was doing the same shit every day, not going anywhere, getting jobs, quitting them because I was, I don't like it, and it weren't really tell my kids and stuff. It really sunk in, and I was just like, I'm sick of it. Fuck it, like I don't know. And then when Kev got us all together, it was just nice for me to meet like-minded people, because I don't know if you boys agree, but round here, people are like, oh, you're trying to do something?
Yeah,
oh,
100%.
who's
Yeah,
Really?
everyone would laugh at you.
Negative, pull you down, pull you
Who are you?
So
Yeah,
you've got to
I mean,
fucking
Kev's
do
a
that.
different
No,
type
you
of
are.
person. Kev helps
yeah.
with the energies a lot. He's a different type of bloke. He wants to see every one of us do well.
He does.
He doesn't just want to see the TV programme doing well,
No.
that blowing up, him making a load of money. He brings vibes into it as well.
How does that make you lot feel? Because I mean,
And mate,
you're
wouldn't expect
smiling
these
now.
things.
You're
Yeah, of
smiling. You're
course.
mentioning his name and you're smiling.
Yeah, because he
Well,
will.
so
He'll
what
do
makes
anything
you
to
feel
help
like-
us.
I was at that point in my life where, like I said, I found this positivity, and everything that I figured out, I met Kev, and everything Kev was saying was everything I figured out.
Speaks a lot of truth.
So for me, I knew that Kev was the real deal because what he was saying was stuff that was working for me anyway.
Yeah.
So when I met Kev, I realised that energy is so powerful that, like I said, you become what you become, you attract.
It's real, isn't it?
I
It's
believe
the
I
law
do.
of law
I
of
understand
attraction,
that
isn't it?
now,
Yeah,
innit?
law
It's
of real.
real.
You're like,
Like, I
you
understand
don't
that.
get it, but then you're like,
Trust
this
me.
is it. This
I
is
was
what.
like,
yeah.
what the
Why,
fuck is he on
Turk,
about?
why did it take you so long to actually get it?
Because all I knew was negativity. If I felt some sort of way, I'd take cocaine. If I felt low, I'd take coke. If I felt happy, I'd take more coke. And then I just kept taking more and more coke.
Sure.
But and then obviously a year ago, I got sober, and then I was thinking a bit positively, and then I kept relapsing a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But and then ever since the first session we did in Ancaster, I felt positive ever since after like that. And then meeting like all of these like as well,
Being
That's-
around positive
trust
people,
me, that's what I
a
mean.
massive part
It's
of
true, isn't it?
And it's
If you're
mad.
around positivity, yeah, it will breed positivity.
Everyone's
I
smiling,
didn't like
everyone's having a
understand
laugh.
it at the time
Yeah.
because that's all that I knew. But and then you read things and you look into things and you like chat to your mate. I mean, like I had a shit time at work, so I was on FaceTime to Brad for a bit, and then he was all right. It was calm. So
Strange. See, now you've got that connection, haven't you?
We get
yeah.
everyone feeling better.
You know, that's really interesting that you are actually helping each
If
other.
someone's feeling shit,
Everyone's
we'll
there to
fucking
pick
get
them
on it
back up.
straight away.
So
and
you're
like,
reaching
yo,
out.
Pick
talk.
them vibes up, energies
And that's
up,
what it's all about. That's
positivity.
all we do is just help each other.
Yeah.
Like every other night
We're a
we'll
family.
do a like group video call and that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So,
Checking
all
on
the
the
boys,
Right.
how's everyone
Alright.
today?
Man, I was so
How's
hard.
your
When I
day
was at the
gone?
park with the kids and you rang me, I was like,
There's like 4 fucking
Yeah, it's
little
mad.
things in there.
I think my plan was like to do this, and then create it as a YouTube channel and create a YouTube show out of it, and then let it evolve. Do you know what I mean? Like build the social media on it and just let it naturally unfold and get people everywhere like watching it and stuff. Like I mean, I had like one of Taylor Swift's mates saying that she'll put it out there and like push it out, and I've had loads of other celebs that have kind of commented that they're going to market it and push it for me and stuff. So there's a lot of avenues. But I say, but like BBC want to see some of what I've done. Other TV like companies have wanted to look at it as well. So it's, I don't know, it's endless where it could go. Do you know what I mean? But again, there's the other side of it. It's like, I think this could be used as educational, like with teenagers. I think
Without question.
I think this could go into prisons. I think it could help the kids in prison. I think it's endless where it could go. There's a lot of money being chucked around by the government at the minute to deal with gangs and knife crime, and I don't think any of them, where this money's going, knows what they're doing. I don't think they know how to deal with it. I don't think they've got anything to offer. And the thing is, like, these kids want money. They want a good life. They want to have nice things. They want to have all the bling, and they want to do that. And some twat in a suit who's been to university and had a good life, educating them that you couldn't do this, they're just going to look at them like they're a wanker. And they don't interact with them. They don't believe a word that comes out of their mouths. When I go in there, sounding like a gobshite, dressed like a gobshite, but tell them I've had all these nice things and I've done this, that and the other, they believe that and they trust that. I think that's why it works for me, because I'm still as common as I always have been. There's nothing changed apart from how much I'm worth now. That's the only difference, you know what I mean? And more people, or a better quality of people want to work with me and stuff. That's the only difference, but I'm still the same person I always was.
I'd love to go back into my secondary school and talk in front of, say, I don't know, like year 8s, year 7s and year 8s and year 9s, and just say, look, I did shit in school. Like I left school with fuck all. See you later. But I did this, and now I'm here now talking to you lot, and I don't want you lot to go in the same path as what I led.
Yeah.
But it can be easily done like. It don't matter.
You see, looking at where you've come from, yeah. I don't know what Kev's got worked out for you, but I actually see that as a natural step, because you become role models, you become positive ambassadors.
But I think the thing is, we've got to fix ourselves first. Like, it's going to be a yearly long, like years to come process.
I feel
because
like I fixed myself, to be fair.
like, for me to go into a school and try and tell kids, listen, like, don't go out and sell drugs, don't go out rolling with a knife and stuff like that. I've got to be fully out of that life myself. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can't sit there
yeah.
and be a hypocrite.
Yeah,
Do you get what I
that's
mean?
cool. Yeah.
It is something that I'd
Like-
personally definitely do as well. Kev goes around, is a motivational speaker as well to prisons and stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
another-
I would go along with. I'd like to go along with stuff
I
like
feel
that.
that's something
Do you know what I mean? But I feel like at the same time, I can't sit there and be an hypocrite. Like,
No.
Going into kids and saying, "Don't smoke weed yet." I'm coming out and
Blazing.
How long do you reckon it would take you to actually get to that point in your life where you are like free of it.
Oh,
and
when
you-
I'm older, like it won't be any time soon, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
I
It'll
went
be
through my
like,
life trying to be perfect.
Do you know what I mean?
I literally went through
When
my life
I'm
trying
like-
to
Oh, bro, just help
Sorry,
yourself.
Yeah, we'll do
sorry, bro. Just
you
like
want it?
when I'm a lot older, do you know what I mean? Like fully matured, like
Yeah.
I'm actually out of all that shit, so I can actually go and speak about it
yeah,
and
cool.
not be a hypocrite. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what was you saying, Daz?
Yeah, I went through my life trying to be perfect until I realised that you can't be perfect. You just got to be good.
What is perfect?
You know, because
you know what I
we're
mean?
human. Like, it's a human aspect. We're going to make mistakes. That's what we do as humans.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so perfection. Like, what is perfect really? Like, who really is perfect?
It
You
is a personal
You just
perception.
got
isn't
to. You
it?
just got to be good in it, and I
The
think that's
difference
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
is if you learn from them. If you learn from that one mistake,
Yeah.
it can make 10 corrects. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know how like us lot have got to say like Jim Carrey,
He's dropping
Someone
names
help
now,
me.
was he?
Help me.
Fucking hell.
Or heroes. you
one
mean,
more,
just like
yeah, one more
Okay.
person, anyone.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. We've got them. So for the other generation, we want to be there for them. Like Jim Carrey and Tom Hardy's like got us. Do you know what I'm
Nice.
trying to say?
And
So
that's where the
you're looking to put
positiveness
yourselves
comes
out
in.
there to actually, yeah.
Of
and
I
course.
believe you said Jim Carrey.
Amazing.
Jim
Yeah,
Carrey.
well,
I love him, bro. I
don't
love
really
my
go
man.
back to all the dark shit that we were speaking out before. But my mum was 16 when she had me, same as my dad. And they would argue like fuck when I was younger because they were you know what I mean, teenagers
Yeah,
of a kid. And all I used to get put was put in front of the telly, Ace Ventura,
Yeah.
The Mask.
How mad was that I said?
And I was like,
Fucking hell.
it was just blocking that shit out. I just watched that. So like, Jim Carrey's a fucking. I can't believe you said Jim
My
Carrey.
bad,
He's
bro.
a big hero.
Fuck me.
No, I love the guy. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
weird
it's-
that you said his
it's
name.
funny.
So we've all got different plans for the future. and
Pretty
everything
much, I
else.
think the plan for everyone in this room is to be better than their parent was.
Do you think you're on the right track?
Definitely.
I reckon.
Do you know what? I ain't even got
Oh.
a plan. You know, you just take every day as it comes, innit?
Yeah.
I just.
It's
you know
not
what
a
I mean?
plan, but it's
I do
a-
this.
isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I
It's
mean you're right to have a plan because
Yeah,
it works
yeah,
for you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? The whole point is that you are all individuals. And what's really intriguing for me as I look around, you know, you guys, I can just see, yeah, you're going off and developing in different directions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
goals.
And becoming what you inspire yourselves
What
to
we'd like
be,
to be
or
at
what
the end
Kev's
goal.
got lined up for you. You don't know, do you?
I just want to act and write. That's it.
It'll
even
be
if
nice.
Are
I
you
earn-
writing now?
Yeah, little bits. Even if I earn as much money in the fucking shitty warehouse that I do now, writing and acting, I'd swap it.
Yeah.
I really love this project. I love the fact of seeing how I've took this group of lads that didn't really have much to look forward to and kind of put so much energy in them. I think as soon as you're around them, you can see the energy in them. You can see the positivity, and it's like they only met 5 months ago or whatever it was. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a bond there, and the reason I do what I do and make these kind of things, it's about giving people a chance to do well and putting happiness and positivity in them and creating a better mindset. I do it with every single person I ever meet. All I'm about is creating that positive mindset, and with these lads, I've succeeded with that already without even trying. And then once we go into production properly with this and we kind of build them, they'll get more and more confident as they're going along. And each character will get bigger and bigger and bigger in real life and in this.
Are there any other characters that you need that you're looking for?
There's loads of people. I mean, like I said, the girl who was at the YMCA, I want her to play a scummy mummy in a grotty tracksuit with a little kid, letting a kid play with knives and stuff like that. It's endless. Like I say, I was filming the other week, like doing the intro for this, and it was a warm day, and we had everyone out, like literally the whole council estate where we were filming, come out. That everybody wanted to be a part of it. Everyone wanted to do something in it. I had some people around my house the other day, like doing the garden and stuff. And one of the lads is from that estate, and he had seen like me up the estate, and he was saying, "I want to be in it." And I've got a caravan on my drive. We can use that. We've got a smackhead across the road. He wants to be in it. And it's just like this whole community wants to be in it. And this is what I want to do. I want to make a show about basically about these four lads, but it's about this community and poor poverty life. Like I've lived in really posh places and really swanky houses and stuff like that, and no one really talks to you. There's no soul. Like everyone's kind of too busy wrapped up in their own shit to kind of interact with you. And when you're on a council estate, everyone is there for each other. It's like the other day when we was filming, there was some lad who threatened another lad with a knife apparently, but like the police turned up, but then there was like everyone's mum and dads were up there as well. It's like everyone was out, like one house tells the next house and the next house, and there's such a community spirit between these people, and it's lovely to see. It's nice to see that kind of thing. We've lost that in the UK. Everyone's segregated off now. People don't interact with each other. In council estates, it's still there. People have still got each other's back, and that's what I really want to show in what I kind of film. Although it could seem like I'm mocking people, I'm not mocking it. I'm showing real life that doesn't really get shown. TV shows get made by middle class people that have had good educations and been to uni, and they're making shows about poor people, and they don't understand it. They don't know what to ask them. They don't know what kind of things to show. They don't understand the British public that are viewing their shows and what this kind of life is really about.